So good morning and happy Friday. It is Friday the 26th of March and here we are for another celebration assembly. Now, we tried a slightly different assembly earlier in the week. You might remember on Monday, we did a Teams assembly all together at the same time. And I thought after speaking to some of you, you said you really liked being able to see your friends, but after also speaking to you and the teachers, it kept cutting out quite a lot. So at one point, Mrs. Howsam and the Pines heard me say, all the teachers come to school with crackle, 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 chips. And not all the teachers do come to school with chips. So it was a bit tricky trying to get everybody live in an assembly together, but we've done it and it worked really well in other ways because I was able to share with you all the great suggestions you've come up with for how to help us achieve our school motto. So I'm going to be sharing your ideas and your answers now that you've had a chance to edit them and have another think about them with the parents that come to the meeting on Monday. We've got 2 meetings on Monday. We've already got lots of parents signed up to come and see that. So can't wait to be able to share them with them, your ideas. Thank you so much for your brilliant thinking. Now, one thing I must say is, now that you've come up with these ideas, it is your duty to live by them as well. Because if you say you've got to do these things to be brilliant and be kind and be honest, then you've got to stick to them as well. There's just once or twice this week, a couple of our friends not making the kindest choices all the time with each other. And that's something you've got to think about if you want to be the best friend in this school, if you want to be the best kind of person. You've always got to live by those rules and make some good choices. Now, nearly everybody else, every single day, making those great choices in school and having a great week, and we're here to celebrate. So let's start off with a couple of things to announce. So, we talked recently about Kiva, who'd read over 1 million words on Accelerated Reader in Key Stage 2. Now we've got somebody who was bubbling in the Oaks class with excitement when she had already reached a big milestone and still had some more tests to achieve and take. And, well, I've got to say it, Jess, you are an absolute star. You've blown us away. Everybody in Oaks and now in the whole school won't be able to believe it, but you've exceeded 2 million words. That's absolutely incredible. Well done to you. 2 million words. You must be so proud of yourself. And an absolute keen reader can keep it up. We've also got a couple of pictures here. You might see earlier in the week, we were visited by Bambi. Well, maybe not Bambi, a little muntjac, a tiny deer who came and visited our playground. We've got a keen photographer. Thank you to Stacey, who saw this from Bright Sparks at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesday, visiting our little playground. And they have said lots of things about animals being a bit more adventurous now that there weren't so many, now that there's not so much traffic on the roads, but we didn't realise we'd be visited by that kind of wildlife. So that was really lovely to see. Thanks for sending that in. Talk a little bit more about some pictures in a few moments. I have also got to talk to you about attendance. So you will see the attendance chart this week. 100% Cedars. That means you've won. Take it back off Oaks. Well done to you. 100%. And we move on to the bronze, silver, and gold certificates. I think this is the last time, everybody, that I will say there are no gold certificates because there are some children who are literally just hanging on for 1 or 2 more points. I wonder who will be the first person in the school to get it, and I do say that quite often, but we're so close this time. But we've got some bronzes to award here. You can see 4 children from the Pines class. Big congratulations to them for hitting the bronze certificate award. Congratulations, 25 team points. Moving into the silver, you can see quite a lot of children have hit this big mark. We've got children from Pines class, from Poplars, from Maples, Oaks and Cedars this week. So a lot of children, and I can count those up for us now. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children across the school who have hit the Silver Certificate Award. And as I say, nearly there for the golds. I wonder, will our next assembly be announcing them? And how does this affect the house points overall this week as we get closer to the end of term? So things are hotting up. In 4th place, with 349 house points are the Phoenix team. In third place with 374 points are the Dragons. In second place with 389 points are the Eagles. And in first place then, the Serpents with 406 points. It's all to play for, because looking at the Dragons, you got 61 points last week, and that's more than any other team. So if you do that again next week, who knows? You may just do enough to beat the other teams. You have done so well this time to catch up with everybody, but at the moment, Serpents, you're still holding on for another victory. Will you be there this time at the end of term? Okay, so we've got bags. We need carrier bags. There's my little announcement. Carrier bags to come in next week on Monday or Tuesday, please, because you're going to be taking back your books from last year. So you can take home your exercise books from last year. So if you bring in a carrier bag, you can take them home on Monday or Tuesday next week so that you can have them at home with you. Okay, shall we see who has been the winner this week in each of the classes? Tough decisions, I think it was this week. So let's start off in the Pines with Casey Warren. His listening skills have been absolutely great. They've been really improved this week. Mr. Moxon is especially impressed with how Casey is just using your numerical language when you were trying to work out positions, doing an absolutely brilliant job. So well done to you, Casey. Should be really happy with that. And we move on to Poplar's class, somebody who joined our school this year, and I'm very pleased to be able to say has settled in really well and earned a place on the winner's wall. Farah Bryant, well done for working so hard this week, particularly with your maths and your handwriting, and you're paying good attention in the class. You've been listening to the class discussions and getting involved in them as well, which is really good, making some great contributions, and also Farah showing how much progress you've been making in your work and in the choices that you've made since joining Poplars. Well done, it's been really well noticed. Into the Redwoods class. Georgia has been nominated this week because you're on the winner's wall, Georgia, for always being kind. You are very thoughtful, caring young lady, and you look out for other people. And I think Mr. Flynn and Miss Bellamy always look out for people who do that in their class. So that's a really nice thing to say. You maybe look out for people who are a bit sad at playtimes as well, or that they are on their own and you want to cheer them up. And I think you've always got something nice to say about people too. So Georgia, that is a lovely thing to hear about you. And we all know that you're working hard in class as well. So congratulations to you. Into the Maples class, we've got an award here for Maya Conway, for being a great role model. You work quietly, you work hard, you're kind, you're helpful, and Mrs. Ennis, Mrs. Robinson and Mrs. Murdoch are very proud of the way that you always try your best in everything that you do. Well done to you, Maya. That's a lovely award to receive for being kind and hardworking and brilliant. So let's jump into the Oaks class. We have got a nomination here for Darcy. So Darcy, this week you have been brilliant. You've been doing so well in your maths that you even joined in and tackled some of the Year 5 questions, which is fantastic. Darcy, you've been very kind to all of your classmates, and you're always offering to carry the equipment for the class at lunchtimes, because as you know, we're trying to make your lunchtimes more fun by giving each class a basket of equipment to take out with them, with lots of toys and things to play with. And Darcy, you're always helping to tidy those up and to carry them in and out for people. So well done to you. That's a lovely thing to hear. And finally, in the Cedars class, a lovely nomination here for Reese Sharman. Reese, you are the champion this week for Cedars because you've returned to school with a really great attitude towards your learning. That's really important, especially at this stage, getting ready for secondary school. So you're developing a more mature approach to your work and happy to show your leadership skills as well. Thank you, Reese, for being yourself and showing the class that you're getting ready for the next big step in your school career. Well done to you. Okay, so that's all of the announcements this week, except for one big thing that we said that we would talk about this week, which is the science photo competition. Now, Mrs. Ennis took a panel of 5 children to help her judge the competition. So all the decisions were made by the children. And what she needs to say is, on behalf of the judges, thank you so much to everybody who took part. As I'm talking, hopefully you were seeing some of the photographs that were in the competition, but what you've got to know is the standard was really, really high. It was really tough for the judges, the 5 judges, to pick some winners. So they picked a runner-up and a winner for the younger group, which is the early years in the Key Stage 1 category, and for the Key Stage 2 category, and then for the parents as well. So every child who entered gets a little prize, and the runner-up and the winner gets a slightly bigger prize that's been given to us, that's been funded by the Ogden Trust, who helped organise this competition. Now, the 2 winners, Xavier and Bella, your photos get sent through to the next round, which is the whole part of the partnership of the Ogden Trust, and they may win the overall competition. So that's really, really lovely. Now, there's a few more little competitions coming up and around in school. We've got one that we sent out to mums and dads yesterday, which was about designing a fish, a little fish mosaic that may be taken through to an art competition and be out in Boston as a little mosaic by the boys, by the St. Botolph's Bridge, and it could be there for years to come if yours gets chosen. There's also another one coming after Easter where you get to design a stamp, and if yours is chosen, it will go around the country and it'll be used as a stamp on envelopes. So I'm really keen for you to get involved in some more competitions, and we're trying to get some more exciting things to come into school whilst we still can't go out of school so much. Okay, so a huge thank you for everybody that took part in that competition. It's really, really lovely to see. So I hope you all have a terrific Friday, and I'll see you again soon.